meet up with a friend now. We're hanging out otherwise.
Hey. What's up, buddy? Glad we finally got a chance to do this.
Likewise, brother.
So, took class this morning on Westfield, yeah. So we did class and then came back, just talked shop, and then went over to the Thule building, and we just did a little pod over there.
That's the other HQ.
Yeah, the other HQ, right? The multiple HQs. Wow. This is great.
This is HQ.
Did SPX do this for you? Who? Okay. Chris Howell.
Chris, yeah.
Chris, yeah. Chris is the shit. He's New York. SPX, like they do great work.
So we've got all lifting, honor system fridge, a little bit of merch, bathroom, shower, bathroom, cable stacks, all attachments. If it's nice outside, we'll open these up. We'll open up the back door.
Yep.
I don't have to be here, which is better.
Which is with the best, right? That's
probably the best part.
I was telling Sam, I was like, man, I'm most excited about doing this. Is like his model's the most scalable one. Are you touring someone? Like if they want to come and check it out?
I have.
Okay.
I'm actually starting to lean out of that.
And let them just like come in, check it out, and just work. What do you need the tour for?
Yeah.
Like you don't. Like anyone who's going to work out on their own here has a training age high enough that they're like, oh, cool, this is what I'm looking for, right?
Their gym IQ is high enough to
the
point. Sometimes, I love the idea of someone walking you through just for the sense of connection, but it was funny how it stemmed. People now here especially do their own tours. I fucked it up. I booked a tour and I forgot I was a little sober. The guy was at the door, our other Tilly. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I'm gonna buzz you in.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, how do I sign up? I'm like, I think I just accidentally fucked up and cracked the code here.
Yeah. Exactly. They don't need, like, they just need to come in here, see, like, is it clean? Does it smell good? Is everyone a dick? Whatever like that. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking to do what they can't, because you can get workouts in here. You could train for High Rocks here, obviously. Like you can't do it at fucking Equinox as easily or Crunch.
Especially with the uptick of High Rocks, we're seeing a lot of folks for Chippy Sports. And it's cool kind of on two fronts. A, the facility, absolutely. Ski, row, bike, sled, tread, grind, if you want. Dude, the people here, A, go fucking hard.
Yeah.
But B, like, will sync up and go hard. Like,
yeah. So they'll time up their workouts. Yeah. They'll follow maybe similar High Rocks programming coming together.
To the point, we've had to make listen, guys. If you're going to get in a group of 4+, like, you can't take up all the skis. Like,
yeah.
Ecosystem of people that I think crave autonomy.
Yep.
And when you give it to them, man, like, it's not perfect, but like
there's a lot of I was telling Sam, like this is what, in my opinion, like the group fitness models, like this is a cancellation comes in at a certain point. It's like I didn't know what to do, so I went to Outfit for 4 years and they gave me the playbook. I went to Orange Theory or Metabolic or whatever, F45, and now I know enough now. I want to do this other thing, and I have this guy that I follow Chalk, I follow Train Hard, I follow whatever, I follow and I want to do my own programming. I just need a space that I can do it in.
Really, and again, it's exciting in general, but particularly with a model like this.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more and more people. They'll do Fit Club or an equivalent for 2, 3, 4 years. Some of them will be buried there. Like they love their group training, they love their crew, awesome. Some people are like, I don't know, I haven't really made much progress. I see you guys are lifting now. Or what's this High Rock shit? And they're like, dude, I want a program. I don't need someone, but I do want people. And they'll come here, they'll find their people, they'll be on a program. And for us too now, like, the card runs once a month. They come here, we love talking, but like, we don't need to talk.
Sure.
We have events, we surround it with stuff like that.
And then, the other thing that's really cool is like, so in this model, so like, and I've done some 24/7s where it's like, the whole point for us is like, we're gonna break this, but we are gonna go truly staffless, like no tour, anything. Cool. So someone goes ahead, everybody pays for it. You want to come in? Cool. You want to try it out? It's, your first one's $10. And if you want to do drop-ins afterwards, whatever, it's $25, or you buy the membership for X. After you come in, the first one, someone follows up with you. Do you like it? Do you have any questions? Whatever, cool. I'll sign you up. I can literally just use your card that's on file. And I'll send you the paperwork. You sign it. And it's truly fucking, you could hire someone to do it remote. But the biggest thing has been the installation of like the high-end cameras, because they'll do facility hygiene. If someone leaves out fucking dumbbells, at least 225 on there, the manager, whoever job it is, whatever, just goes on there and can just scrub the fucking footage, and he goes, because from the key code it knows who came in at what time, and then is able to go look at it instantly. $50 fee, no questions asked, just instantly, because it has to hurt. It has to sting. If it's $10, dude, I'm not gonna lie. After I've loaded up a bar and I just did heavy back squats, I'm like, for $10, you fucking clean it up. You fucking clean it up. You gotta, it's gotta fucking hurt. And so you hit it, and there's signs up like, equipment is not put away. You will be subject to a $50 fine, whatever.
I'll write that down.
Yeah, but it's also too like on the cameras. You want to start. You have someone who watches, because you mentioned like 4 people getting together and doing their thing, and it's like, okay, so I want 4, I want 10, I want 15 people to get there and train. That's fine, but now we need to know, because this is the beta version. You guys, this is your first one. If there are going to be people who are going to train and work out together, in little cohorts. What is the best layout for that? Like, so I love like the standalones here. We did one where we like again, the only problem is here is now we have about, was it 8 feet, 6, whatever that is, about 6, 7 feet off the wall that's chewing up versus like the fold out ones, the ones that are there, so they go in and, you know, and it's like, this is not being used, that this is being, like someone might back squat and might bench, probably not,
Never.
right? So like you have the folding ones and now you just cleared 7 feet times whatever in that front, and it just makes it, then, you know, you have more room to add a few more skis and stuff like that.
It so quickly in Little Silver.
Yeah.
We bought 2 fucking monster power racks, power racks. We installed the monster racks. I'm like, what the fuck? It's no one uses it.
They're great for power lifting, and you're 100%. Now, have you guys run into people like trainers wanting to come in here and train a client in here?
It's one of the things that will crowd it.
Yep.
And it can only do 1-to-1.
Yep.
They used to do 1-to-2, 1-to-3, and we're like, listen, guys.
What are you charging the trainer?
$800
For just flat rate per month? Got it.
And they get membership.
And they get, yeah. Okay.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's $1,000.
Yeah.
But it's also, with us, it's understanding the trade-off that they also kind of become embedded employees that we don't pay. So we established such an awesome relationship with them. I think we extend them a great deal.
Yeah.
That they hopefully understand. And then if packages come in, they're doing it.
Yeah.
If toilet paper runs out, they're doing it. I will leave some money on the table, dude, if it means that I don't have to have the headache.
Yeah.
Being here, they can ask someone else a question who can ask me and we'll get it sorted real fast. $800 now, it's $1,000 a month.
Yep.
And then if you can't do that, depending, sometimes we'll just do like $20 a session.
Yeah.
So we opened up in Little Silver, and as we've gotten our legs, it's like, listen, you want to be a trainer, it's either $1,000 or if you're not there yet, $20 a session. Totally honor system. Trust you, don't be a dick. Leave a check first of every month in the cubby or wherever. Cash it, do your thing, we do our thing. And we think it's proved to be this awesome relationship builder of like, dude, Sue, you're doing your thing. Do you need anything, man? How do I
Yeah.
more clients? Dude, hey man, so I got a client they want to join. And instead of just being like, yo, it's $1,500 a month, do your thing, I don't want to talk to you, whatever. It turns into this, like, they treat this as their home.
This is the kind of thing. So Sam's never gonna be able to buy a building for AlphaFit because they're in these retail centers, right? You're not gonna buy condo A in like a retail strip, right? But these, like, you're talking banks. So legacy banks are like one of the buildings now that we see.
On that.
So like those are ones that we're gutting and we're keeping the vaults inside of them, and it makes for these cool little offices or like locker room kind of areas. Dedicated parking, and then it's got the overhang where the drive-through was. You just put a few sunshades, roll out turf out there. You know, you think of a Walgreens and a CVS or a Rite Aid, the ones that went under, they're all in the corner like Main and Main. They're great locations. You can buy industrial standalones, and you guys, again, now that you have 2 locations and a proof of concept, and he has the SBA lenders with the outfit, that's the thing where, like, I really think if you guys ever just like want to be like, hey, we're gonna buy these, we're gonna get someone who wants to maybe be a part owner, buy into it, they pay us, like, there's a whole different model that you could eventually run if you ever wanted to go the real estate route with it and open more of these. But I'm curious, so this one's been open the longest, how many years now?
This has been, I think, 3.
3?
This is 3 years NDW. Little Silver is 1 year and 2 months. We explored that in Little Silver, though, buying a building.
Yeah.
It was silly.
Yeah.
Especially at that point in time, I think the total monthly nut would have been like an 8.
What year was that?
Grand. 2 years ago.
Yeah, interest rates are still fucked then. Yeah, if you like, you gotta give things a bit to cool off now. So let me ask you this: so what's the cost here?
Membership.
Yeah.
$200 a month.
Okay.
Today we've got about 175 members.
Okay.
We'll top line plus or minus 30K, and then we'll take home about 15.
I mean, like anyone listening to that, like almost 180 members, $200 a month, and no fucking payroll, no classes. That's the model, man. Iron 24 is like think of it as like a nicer version of like an Anytime Fitness, but it's payrollless. Yeah. Like that's one of the first brands I started seeing. Marty Flanagan and them rolled out. Like me and Sam were joking around. Like I like the front desk girls, but there's a lot of them that are fucking worthless. Like it just got like what?
It adds up.
Yeah. Now in a group model it makes sense, but in something like this is a lone wolf. Like your core customer when you start like building that psychology of the avatar, lone wolf obviously. Like no one's looking to come to a 24/7 gym, no classes unless they want to do their own thing, right? Now safety reasons. College. I go into a weight room one morning, get an early morning workout in, and I went in at like 6. I'm the first one in, and you flip on the light, and I hear this, and I'm like, someone's shooting either a porn in here, and there's like a gluck gluck. It sounded gluck glucky, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, to each their own. But I was like, what the fuck? A dude was in there angry lifting because he broke up with his girlfriend, and fucking had the bar like pinned him down, and like run over and help him. I was like, bro, this is where you walk in on a body. But the rest of it, from a concern, like a liability standpoint.
And I would say, even to that point, right, there's no perfect lay around.
No.
You could have a front desk and it's not
100%.
But part of the reason why it's you have to apply, you have to book a phone call, and you have to come in for a tour.
Yeah.
A person.
Yeah.
We've never said no. We
yeah.
like you. Look,
Yeah.
anyone going through that process, and be like, dude, don't one rep max if you're solo.
Yeah.
Just for a spot, like
Sure.
use your best judgment. I think there's so much to be said, dude, about bringing in good people.
Yeah.
And also, like, equipping them with autonomy.
Yeah.
I think most people spend most of their days being told what the fuck to do.
Sure.
And having a place where they can, like, operate freely with good people feels really good. So if you can create that, again, no perfect way, right? Like, we've got emergency buttons, God forbid, knock on freaking wood, but it's kind of like, to the best of our ability, what can we do to prevent that?
Yeah.
That's scary as shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I mean, it's every gym's nightmare. But like on this 24/7, like you think about the pros and cons of being payroll-less and being staffless, like that, injury or heart attack or that kind of thing, it does creep up.
I think you can put your best foot forward and control the things that you can control, and preventing all of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes freak shit happens.
Yeah. Again, it gets expensive, but it's like that's where like what you're gonna save in payroll, you spend in the startup costs, and you invest in the cameras. They lock on, just kind of like autofocus on a camera, locks on, and it notices and sends a text, an email if something hasn't moved. If you're literally sitting there and not moving, for like at whatever the time frame is, something went wrong. You have to be moving in here, right? There is tech out there to facilitate those kind of things. Security dock, facility maybe, the advanced cameras for staffless or areas in which you just want to have more eyes and understand of what's happening in the space. Also like traffic patterns. These are the zones of the gym that are used the most often.
And at what time?
100%, because that's like in the open gym model, the hardest thing is to plan for the operational capacity. Because you're like, when you plan this, you're like, I think 5 people are going to want to squat at one time. And and then you look back, you're like, well, fuck, we could probably get rid of 2 of those, add 2 more runners, 2 more skis or something like that. And you're playing this game, but you don't know until you get eyes on it and you kind of see the utilization of not only square footage, but the utilization of equipment. Yeah. And you're like, I got a guy right now, we did an open gym model. He's like, he got 3 cable crossovers. He was like convinced that was gonna be the most popular piece of equipment. He's like, I need to get rid of 1 to 2 of those cable crossovers. But I didn't know that I needed 6 to 8 months of seeing the repetitions on that. I love it, man. So, okay, even if you don't buy it, but you lease it, so are you actively looking for a 3rd location?
It continues to get there, and it will.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with a friend the other day. The most important thing in my mind with this model and these people is these people.
Yeah.
To the extent that we can have Billy, have Nicole, have these folks have this fucking almost unreasonable experience.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know a gym could be this fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Not just from a facility, tangibly clean up, guided, but from community, from events. We do monthly coffee. So
yeah.
Morning I was on Little Silver. We must have had like 15 people come.
Oh, cool.
From 9 to 11 a.m.
And you've had Rich here a bunch of times to do clinics? Yeah.
Opportunities for people to have experiences they wouldn't otherwise have.
Yeah.
Is huge for me. Even just selfishly, right?
Yeah.
Then turning around and saying, hey, all my friends, do you want to fucking try this thing? That is where I want to go so deep on. So that is kind of on one hand, we still have so much awesome fun work to do. But on the other hand, like, how many people can we pack with this? I don't want to franchise.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too fast.
Yeah.
But to the extent that we can keep the quality, that we can send feedback loops, get good feedback back, and say people are loving it, of course there's work to be done. I think that mission-driven lens of like impacting people in a positive way has no bounds. It's also not the main priority. The main priority is like, let's go so deep, and then if a 3rd space with the right square footage, with the right people, with the right demo comes about, pretty easy to press play on.
When you're doing the tour and you're doing the application, all that, are you doing something as intensive on the way out, like when they cancel, to get an idea as to, even if it's like geographical, and there's nothing you can do about that because they're moving to fucking Wyoming or whatever, but like get understanding, cool, when you were in here, what was the worst experience you ever had? I
think you posted something about like an exit questionnaire type thing.
Yeah.
I used basically the same question.
Okay.
And we still use it today. How did you enjoy? Is there anything better?
Yeah.
Like, why is the reason?
Sure.
You take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But it's even funny, man. Me and Sam have looked over the data, and it's almost fucking annoying because you're like, they're leaving, and most of them say, I wish I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm moving, it's life, which again is the best case scenario for someone leaving.
Yep.
But it's also, fuck. Like,
yeah.
All right, fine. Like, at least like, this gym sucks. It's crowded and I hate these people. It's like, man, I would love to stay. I got a new job. I can't make it in anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, fine.
You get like schedule, the reasons why people cancel. It's like, that's kind of the fluffy kind of answer kind of scenario. But the point is like, cool. Whatever reason, you're a big boy, you're making your decision to leave, whether I agree with it or not. But it's, what is the tangible, like if you're going to leave, that's fine. If you're going to take the money, that's cool. It's yours, leave with it. Can I get data though in exchange? Tell me the worst experience you had in here. It could be like, there was a guy who sweated too much and he didn't clean up his shit.
Experience question, yeah.
Yeah, like what was the worst experience you had while you're here? That was the best, right? Like it's the opposite of a testimonial. What was the worst experience you had in here? And it'll always be, again, like when you say, like, the thing I want for these guys to have is this great experience. Bunch of people in here, cool. You can't control how cool they are with each other in and out of here. Like, you can, again, try to culture check people. Sometimes someone walks in and they're having a bad day and they're just kind of a dick that day.
Some people smell.
Yeah.
Some people are nice, but kind of dick. If it comes to having a conversation with dude, like, you gotta shower, man.
Dude, you got
everyone's fucking talking about it. Like, I'm sorry, but like
you said, like, hey guys, if you're gonna do your mini high rock sims in here,
dice it up.
Yeah, you gotta have a better way out. Or if it's like, but that's the thing, it's like, fuck, okay, so if the customer wants to do high rock sims or that kind of thing, in the next locations, what do I need to do maybe different my layout, you know?
It's a parlay of that, and let's not pigeonhole ourselves into high rock sims.
Yeah,
like,
correct.
We're trying, this opens up to a warehouse. We're trying to take, we're talking about now.
Add square footage.
About 1,000 square feet, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we're like, all right, so like, definitely need some more turf, tread, ski road space, but don't want to turn this into a turf ski road.
Yeah.
High Rocks is awesome.
Yeah.
The one day less and less people start doing it, if that happens.
Correct. Yeah, you don't
want to not be a
no.
gym and just be this type of facility.
Correct.
So I was like, how do you kind of plan for that? But it's funny, to your point, as far as like, put in quote, gripes. It's a pretty good here. Violent on trying to get feedback. One of our trainers out the other day, I'm like, dude, so I'm like, listen, it's great, sore. What is not good? Like,
Yeah.
I need you to tell me 3 things that fucking suck. Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, the bathroom. I'm like, the bathroom? She's like, yeah, like we literally built a new bathroom.
Yep.
And to your point, it's like, it's not so much about like, it's pretty tangible / new equipment like this person, but it's like, what can we control? We have space for a bathroom. You're absolutely fucking right. We have 175 people and 1 bathroom.
Yeah.
If we are gonna open this and maybe add more, like we fucking need 2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a porta potty. How fast can we get a fucking bathroom?
Yeah.
Absolutely accommodating when you can. Not just like doing everything for everyone, because some of it gets silly to do that, but keeping a pulse on it. Like, what do you guys need? What's valuable to you? What sucks? How do we fix it? And 99% of the time, it's small stuff, which is huge.
What are you guys using software-wise for key coding in and out? Hybrid?
OpenPath.
Open. Okay, yeah.
And then Keysy in Little Silver.
Okay.
Keysy integrates with exercise.com.
Yeah.
So now in Little Silver, if I send you a membership package, 1 link, you get everything.
Okay.
You don't even have to talk afterwards. I send you a link, you onboard, I add your email to this thing.
You want key code access in but out. Because what you want to start measuring, how long does the average person stay here? Because if you tell me you have, let's say you have 200 members, and you tell me peak hours are between this and this in the AM and this, I'm like, cool, how many bodies do we have in there at a time? And you start understanding, okay, Stu, at 45, we're good. 50, it's a little bit fucking tight. But then you also start understanding how long does the average person train here for as well? Because that allows you to know, like, okay, if I'm gonna really be busy here, I know the average person trains for 45 minutes, so it'll bleed out like this. The data at the open gym level is so not, it's so anemic. It's like, it's not like
you don't have that.
any, but most of them don't. And even the big ones, the big guys I talk to, they all want to know that data. And it's not hard to make it so that you have to key code in and key code out. The issue on the key code out is from a fire perspective. So there is a way, like I've talked to guys about, like you can key code out and then, but the door still is accessible. But it's like, we're asking you to tag out so we know you left. Yeah. And like you tell members, hey, it's a safety thing. We want to know you came in, we want to know you left.
Kind of 2 things. You get them when they buzz in.
Yeah.
But if I buzz in and you, oh, yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah, correct. So, and then, so I'm seeing the 2-door system where it's like, you come in, it's 1 person at a time, and then boom, and so you'd have a door here, and it's like a little booth, and the next door's in. And it's a lot harder, and it's like all this tech to go payrollless. But if you look at the average gym where payroll is going to take up between 25 and 35% of your fucking margin, for what? Like, yeah, but it is. But it's also like, I just love knowing the data of like, who's coming in, how long are they staying, especially late night. So let's say I'm pissed off, I got fired from my job and I come in for a 3 a.m. workout. Just from a safety perspective, like you know, knowing that this guy came in and he left, if something happened to him, he gets mugged outside. It'd be nice to be able to like, yeah, no, he left at this exact time. Do you guys, anything outside yet? Cameras and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cameras outside.
Yeah.
I would say the remedy there would be cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
But not so much. You'd have to like scrub. Oh, he's not there. Oh, he's there.
Yeah.
Or 20 more minutes.
Yeah. So you don't want to manually scrub that. You only want to scrub it like if someone comes in. It's kind of like you ever been in a bathroom. Please hit this button if the bathroom needs service or whatever like that. Like if somebody came in and they saw shit was whatever, and there was an ability like whatever to be able to go and let them know, hey, text this number. Or like when you're at a game. Now during the NFL game, text 342 if there's an unruly fan in your area, and security will come over. Nice. Yeah, so like you don't have to be a dick and get involved. You just send a text and security comes down to your area. So like text this number if the gym was left a fucking mess. And then you get a text and you're like, oh, well, let's see who the fuck did that. And ding, $50.